Hi guys, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grace. Today I'm going to be taking down my Valentine's Day decor and putting some of my everyday decor back out, and then also decorating with the new thrifted items that I picked up recently. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video, and go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you're excited to see how I style my new thrifted items. I really love how my Valentine's Day decor turned out this year, and my centerpiece on my table was one of my favorite areas that I decorated. I did a little different than I normally do. I've never used this basket as my centerpiece before, but I just put my decor inside of it, and I think it worked out perfectly for Valentine's Day. This was one thing I was sad to see come down because I probably will leave my table pretty plain for now until I decorate for Easter and spring. I didn't feel like I had decorated too much for Valentine's Day, but as I was going around today taking all the decor down, I do think that I had more out than I thought. Because every little space I went to, I noticed I had put some decor there, but I still think it wasn't like overpowering. I think it was just enough to add some festive touches for Valentine's Day throughout my main living areas. But I am excited to get all this taken down and just enjoy some of my everyday neutral decor before we start decorating for Easter, because that will be coming up pretty soon. Some of my next videos after this, I'm going to be sharing some Easter content. So let me know down below in the comments if you're ready for that. I'm going to be showing you some of my Easter decor that I already have, some items I've thrifted for Easter, as well as take you along shopping and show you some new items that I'm going to be picking up. But now that all my Valentine's Day decor is down, we're going to refill my coffee canister and get the top of my coffee bar back to normal. I've shared this before, but in my middle canister over here in my kitchen, I like to just fill it up with everyday or seasonal decor. I do keep my brown sugar and my rice in my other ones, but I'm just going to be adding these greenery vine balls back in here now for just an everyday look. Right here on my hearth, I'm just going in with the same decor I had up here before Valentine's Day, but instead of draping this little doily out of the basket, like I had it draped on top of it, I decided to put it underneath there. I think it just makes the basket pop more, and then I'm just going to be adding the same little greenery piece that I had in here before, and then on the other side, I'm just popping my everyday greenery back into this little galvanized canister as well. If you happen to be new to my channel and you haven't seen me decorate my mantle before, I'm keeping it pretty much the same as I always do. This little candlestick that I just put up here with this Pitberry candle ring on there. I actually found the candlestick at the thrift store years ago. And then right beside here, I have this little plate holder, and I'm just layering it with a greenery candle ring and another white pitberry candle ring that is a little bit smaller. I love pitberries, and I decorate with a lot of pitberry candle rings throughout my home. And then I'm just going in with the same little candlestick and candle that I had up here before. I just love the way that this group of things look. And then in the middle, I'm going to be keeping the same dough bowl that I had up here throughout Valentine's Day as well. I just have some thrifted brass candlesticks in there. The greenery is from Hobby Lobby, and then I have some more of those white pitberry candle rings. And then on this side of my mantle, I'm going in with the exact same things that I had up here before Valentine's Day. This is a little cheese mold bowl, and then I'm going to be draping a doily on top of it that I thrifted, just kind of using things in an unconventional or different way than they're made. I really like to do that. And then beside here, I'm adding this little vase with some greenery picks that I got from Target. And I'm finishing off this area by adding this little cast iron candlestick that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I just put a little greenery candle ring on top of that. Then we're getting my blanket back on top of my blanket ladder. Now I'm going to be decorating with my new items that I thrifted and then also picked up from Dirt Cheap. So I thought this was the perfect area for this new brass candlestick that I found at Dirt Cheap, originally from Target. Absolutely love how it looks, and I think it just really adds something to this space on top of my hutch. Now I'm going to be working on this shelf in my hutch, but I wanted to show you what it looked like before. This is how I had it styled that I did right after Christmas, but I wanted to change it up just a little bit, add some of my new pieces. So I just kind of moved that little riser a little bit, and this is my new this is the crock that I already had, but I am going to put something new in here in just a moment. But I love how this little arrangement looks. This was a crock with some mud pie utensils. One is a vintage fork that I thrifted, and then another one that I got from a store in Tennessee. I had this like this before, and then I'm just going to add this little doily in it and put it right back how I had it. Now I'm going to be going in with my new jug, and I love that this has the white and brown color. I feel like it pulls the white from that wheat picture, and then also the brown from my crock. And then I'm going in with the same crock that I had in here before. This one doesn't have a top on it, so I just popped a little greenery ball on top of there, but instead of putting it back on the riser, I'm going to put it to the side. And then I'm also going to be adding this new little floral piece that I got from Dirt Cheap. It's from the Hearth and Hand line from Target though, and you'll see me go back and forth a little bit, move some things around. And then I'm also going to add an amber glass candlestick back that I had up here before, and I just love how this little shelf turned out. Now moving on to the next shelf I'm going to be working on, and this is where I'm going to be adding that little set of drawers. And I knew I was going to have to move some things around in here to make room for it, but I absolutely love how it turned out. I do end up having to move a few things to a different shelf, but that's fine. I love to change things up, move things around, and I just really think that the wood elements of these drawers really add to this shelf. I love the little greenery and Milk and Cream Co. sign hanging out in this drawer. I just think that's so cute. And then I think, like I said, this wood just adds a different textured element to this shelf. And then I'm just going to rearrange some things down here on the bottom. I just turned my fruit strainers so that I could put this little white plate in front of them. This white plate belonged to Kenny's grandmother, as did this little black piece that's sitting on top of it. And then I knew I wanted to display my little cow sign, little cow coaster. So I'm just going to pop it right in the fruit strainer, and I think it turned out really cute. So I didn't have to take anything out of my hutch, just moved some things around. Now we're moving on to my coffee bar area, and this is where I'm going to be putting the rest of my new thrifted items, but I'm going to be moving some things around. You saw I put that brass and gold candlestick back on the top shelf, but I'm going to be taking some things out to make room for my drawer. And some of this will be going back in there, and then some of it is going to be finding a different home, but I need to get all that taken out so I can put the drawer in here, and then we'll get to styling that, and I'm so excited to show you how it turned out. This is where I decided to put my new crock, since I didn't really have enough room on that shelf where I'm displaying my other ones. But I just laid a dolly underneath it, and then I'm putting my new little other ceramic piece on the bottom of the shelf. Then I'm going to be going, putting like a backdrop right here. This is the new little brass piece that I thrifted. I just think it looks cute behind that white piece, and it kind of makes the other candlestick pop. And then I'm going to be adding my two new smaller gold brass candlesticks on top of the drawer, and then I'm going to just put my canisters in front of there. I love how this little area turned out. I just like the different textures of the wood and the brass and the dolly, how it kind of pulls white on this side of this shelf. So just really, really love how this turned out, and I'm so in love with my little drawer. I know there's lots of different ways I could style it, and then if you know me, you know I got to add a little pop of greenery, so I put this little greenery piece on top as well. For another textured piece, this is where I put that other little floral wheat piece that I got from Dirt Cheap. that was in the Hearth and Hand line. So I think that just complements this area. And then you can see right here, I had a little helper who wanted to help me move some things around. So just kind of told him on this bottom shelf where I wanted some things to go. But I am going to be adding another brass candlestick down here just to kind of tie in with the ones I added to the top. And then I also found this little fresh egg sign in some of my decor. And it's kind of like a purplish reddish color, but I think it complements some of the wood in here as well. And I wanted to use it just to bring a little farmhouse element. So you'll see me go back and forth with routing, kind of telling where to move it. And then I ended up putting it in a different place as well. But just kind of revamping this area a little bit. And then right there is where I added the other new little vase that was originally from Target that I found it dirt cheap. Just popped a little greenery pick in there. And then we're going to move some things around. And then I'll show you how this area ended up as well. I had someone comment on my last video, or one of my last videos, about trying to add a basket to this bench or this little stool. And so I did, and then I just played around with it, and I ended up putting one of the pieces that I took out of my coffee bar cabinet over here. And I really like how it turns out. Just kind of gives this little stool something extra and adds another textured element to this area. I'm also going to be changing out this little dish that I keep my hand soap and dish soap on by my kitchen. I'm going to be trying out this little galvanized piece that I picked up from the thrift store. Just kind of change it up a little bit, and I like this better than the little white tray that it was sitting on. So I thought this was really cute and just adds another galvanized element into my kitchen because I do have that throughout. But that's going to be the end of today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed coming along and helping me take down my Valentine's Day decor and then decorating with my new thrifted items. I really love how all of these areas turned out, and I like to just refresh spaces and, you know, give them a new look. Even if I'm using the same decor, kind of move it a little bit and try it out in different places. Just kind of change it up. I think that's fun, and I really like doing that. But I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you're new, I'd love for you to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!